This is a Duchess of Nothing recording and intuitive reading. And tune in here periodically to get your information on what's going on. I have a cup of tea. It's the afternoon. I'm in Europe. That's what's going on. Where I belong, right? The Duchess of Nothing with the hierarchy over here. Okay, let's dive in. I'm an intuitive reader. I've been doing it for decades and I want to share it right here. So let's take a look at what's going on. I am calling on the energy that would be the people who would watch this and whose lives that would touch. So if that's you, tune on in here because maybe we're in the same energy field. Maybe we got the same things going on, the same playfulness running wild inside. All right, let's take a look. I look down when I read. That's what's happening now. Here we go. We might feel like we're going back to the drawing board. The message is about a sheet of paper where we're writing really quickly, frenzied, and we crumple it up and we throw it. And it's like all of these ideas are coming up, but none of them seem like the right thing. And the frustration is overwhelming us and it's heavy on us. It feels like a mental burden. You might even feel weight in your shoulders. You might even feel pain in your shoulders and in your neck. You might even feel pain in your shoulders and your neck when you are not somebody who normally has pain there. There's something going on, right? Something is cultivating in us, probably astrology. It's all around us. There's probably astrological things going on, right? We have new moons and full moons and eclipses and so on. But I'm not going to focus on that because I want to focus on you. I want to focus on what's going on with you. So let's take a deeper look here. And then the words come, go back to the drawing board, go back to the drawing board. And I would say, based on what I'm seeing and how it feels, that could cause a ton of frustration. That you could feel like, why do I keep trying for this thing? I can't even figure it out. Whether it's something you're doing to earn money or you want to share with people, it is frustrating and it feels epic. It feels like a bigger deal than maybe it is, but that's how it feels. So that seems real, right? That you continue to try and then throw it away and continue to try and throw it away. So let's take a look at why this is, what's going on. And part of what it is the big picture is part of the situation. So if you take all of those crumpled pieces of paper and flatten them out and look at them on the floor and step back, it becomes an art piece. And that's what artists do. If we're struggling as an artist to see the composition in the piece, we might take it off the wall and turn it upside down and look at it from the other way, the other direction, set it on the floor, turn it around, walk around the side of it to get a different perspective. Now, I get it. I get it. This could be super frustrating to hear because it's like, I have laid out all the pieces. Preach into the choir, friend. So let's take a look. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of it. What more does this mean? And it says, don't get organized with it. Don't go into the strategy or into getting out the highlighter and making it really, this does not need to be accurate. You're putting these sheets out, sheets of paper uncrumpled now, but they're not looking good. And you accept that. And then you look at it from a distance and you figure out what are you seeing there? And what it's asking you to look at is the art of the pattern, not the art of the strategy. And this is part of our future. I mean, I spent over 2 decades. I know I look way too young. Observationally looking at if one could collapse narcissism, how would we do it? Because I'm a crazy level curious person, right? Like I thought, well, why not? That'd be kind of a cool thing to do. And there's reason in my life that maybe that makes a lot of sense. But I get it. Like trying to put all those pieces together can feel like an awful lot, right? And you might have an idea that's like that. That's just so big. You think, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But it's about stepping back. It's about getting perspective on it. And it's about not forcing yourself, but more dealing with, it feels like right here in the throat, like as you're backing up, you're like, I can't get it out of me. And this is probably true for a lot of women and some men, because let's face it, society has said, we don't want to hear you. We don't want to see you. We don't want to know what your needs are. And I'm not trying to get down on society. I'm saying what I found in my work is there is a system that is amply doing that. And there's a reason for it. But we want to take a look at this part. When you're stepping back, you want to address the emotion of it. What is going on there? What is the stagnancy in the throat? What needs to be said? What anger or vile spitrid, well, that's a new word, needs to come out, needs to be expressed to move you into seeing what is the pattern in all of the things on the floor. And it says you can put it together. And I know this is frustrating. I totally get it. But it is a creative process. It's not a linear, logical process. You're not going into this, okay, this is how it'll work. This is the way, this is the process. It's going to be more, okay, that goes with this, and maybe that goes with this. And you might move the things around on the floor and get really frustrated and back up. But you need to keep moving into what is creative, which is innate to you. And creative children make things up. And that seems wrong to the adult. Like when I first started reading energy for 3 years, I was like, I am full of beep because I'm highly creative. And I thought, I am making this up. But for 3 years, people would come back to me and say, oh my God. And at the 3-year mark, I just said, I have to trust it. I'm not making this up. This is happening, right? People are getting something from it. I'm seeing things. There's no way I'd know about them. We have to trust it. And that's a tricky thing. In my work, we are in fear. And if we don't hit vulnerability, and this is us being vulnerable with all those sheets on the floor, I don't know what to do. It's kind of a piece of surrender of like, I'm being vulnerable because I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do with this. But we can move into, I will know what to do, or the vulnerability of asking for help. Asking for somebody else's perspective could help, but we don't want them to solve the problem. And this is another tricky part of the energy right now is we are used to having people solve the problem. We're used to looking to somebody else to fix it or make it happen. And it really is our world will be solved when it comes from our inward self out. The things that we're experiencing, the breakdown, the destruction, all of it. We will heal that when we are able to bring the inward out. And that's what you're doing. You could stand there and say, I want the inward to come out. You might vomit. No, you probably won't. That's just me. True story. But what is it that wants to come out of you? Ask the throat. Get in there somatically. You might feel a little pop or a little tingle or a little, ask it. What do you need? What's going on in there? Listen to it like it's a child. I'm here. It's safe to talk. You take as much time as you need. You come back and let me know what you need when you need it. Okay, give it some space. Our world has been under an immense amount of control. When we use the word power and control synonymously, none of it's power. Very rarely is it power. Sometimes it is. Shouldn't be so mean. There are some people expressing power on earth, but the majority of people are expressing control. And we can't accept that that's synonymous. It's not. Okay. So it shows a tantrum on top of those pieces of paper, my big idea, my frustration. Maybe we don't even have a big idea, but we are curious about something and we can't seem to get the answer in it. We can't seem to find the next thing to move us through. This is the energy. And it's what we're dealing with is to come back, or really ending a cycle. But my God, you feel like you've died a million times. I know you have. I know you have. I know you feel that way. I know you feel stuck in some ways. In some ways you don't because you figured things out. I know that. Like I give you credit for that. You've been in there doing the work, going inward, and you can't believe you have to go in again. And that's part of the frustration right here is, why do I have to keep doing this? And I believe in my work, you won't always have to be doing this, but we are doing this because we are quite honestly fleshing out all of it down to the bottom base barrel basement. And we're doing that because when we knock it out for ourselves, we knock it out for the lineage behind us. And that can include people we don't even know, we've not even met, they aren't even on earth yet. That's the importance of it. And you can do it. Like, that sucks. I say in my book that I wrote that it's not your fault, but it is your problem to solve. It's all of our problems to solve. You're not alone in that. But it isn't our fault. We didn't set all of this up. I didn't try and get in the model and ruggle around in it, in the control that we assert to maintain or advance our place in the hierarchy. I didn't want that. I was flung into it. You were too. All right, let's take a look at this bigger piece here. And it does show stepping over it and going out of it. And that would represent two things. It can be when we're at the precipice of the big thing, bringing it all together. We know this from famous people who have had science genius or math or so on. They will go on a bike ride, take a nap, go on a walk, and it all comes to them. All of the pieces come together because they let go of trying. And there's that message from stepping over it. And some people are just walking on it. Like, I'm just going to, that's okay. You get that out. And then other people are stepping over it to get different perspective, right? But they're like, so if you're somebody who's really a thinker, you might just need different perspective to stand in different parts of the room, but you need to step over it, right? Like, get beyond that side of it. Don't go around it. Don't be tender with it. Be in it. Ew. And look at it at all angles. And for others, if we're like a big thinker that gets too lofty, maybe we want to think about that as, how do we have to separate ourselves from it? Do we see all of the components and then we step away from it? Tune into that. You're going to know intuitively. Of course you are. You'll know what the thing is for you. Okay. And it might not be today when you're hearing this. It might be tomorrow or the next day. And I see the hands shuffling all these pieces of paper together, piling them up. They're a mess. Let them be a mess. They're supposed to be a mess. You don't go iron them, you crazy fool. Let it be what it is. And that's going to be a-okay. And then pick it up the next day and maybe even hold it. And hey, if you're into it, intend with it. Hey, the answer is going to come. It will come. Have some faith in yourself. You haven't been served all of this information for no reason. And we're coming into a time when things are going to rapidly change. And hell's bells, we need you. We need you all. Right? Like, we need you all. Okay, I have to have a sip of tea. Sorry. Okay, so we want to hold it and decide what we want with it today. Is it in it? Am I in it today? Or does it need to sit on the shelf? And you might even put it up on a shelf or over here where you can see it during the day, or not where you cannot see it. Get in there with it because you don't want it to drive you nuts. What you really want is to learn to relate with it a bit and let it open itself up. What I see next is an egg yolk that's being pierced and it's dripping down, and it's in a shell that has some white in there, the egg white, and then it's dripping down. And it's terrifying me because I'm a Virgo. It's dirty and gross. It's messy. But that's what's beautiful about it, is it's just dripping down. And it's about that fertility. It's about, we are fertile. The nourishment is there. The most densely nourishing piece of the egg is there, right? And available. And it's, again, I've heard this a lot from astrologers too. It's like, let it get messy. Don't be like, oh, scoop up the egg. Take the message of the egg. Eggs have a lot of energetic meaning in so many different cultures. If you looked it up, you'd be like, damn, because eggs are everywhere, right? Even before, I don't know, where chickens came around. I'm not going to get into that discussion, but There were always bird eggs, right? Um, okay, so the nourishment, the fertility, it's all right there. And that can be frustrating too, because you can feel it. You know it's all right there. And it's almost make it messier. This is kind of lovely in my vision of what I'm seeing is these are just regular printer pieces of paper. They're not watercolor sheets or anything. And you've laid them down now, and you're like, I get it. It's okay to have some egg on each of these. It's okay to just let it be messy. And you start painting, and some of it ends up on the floor. It's just watercolor. It's not going to hurt anything, but the pages are getting kind of um, a little bit bubbly, but there are already some lines in them from all the crumpling. And it's becoming an art piece on the floor. And I think that what it's really signaling, I don't think, what it is really signaling is the beauty that's behind the message of what is coming together in the pattern there. And that it will reveal itself through beauty, through that amalgamation of letting go, letting it be messy, but that's feminine too. And letting it be beautiful with all the colors on it. And there's no right way or wrong way. You feel very free with it. And then all of a sudden you can see it. Oh, there it is. That's the thing. So I guess we could just say we used to have a bear that we put out at Christmas. You press its belly and it would tell a Christmas story and it would say, this father's voice, settle down, settle down. So I think we can say to ourselves, settle down, settle down, take it in stride, be with it. But also, is there a way you can enhance it to make it even more beautiful so that the beauty ties it together? It might just be the accident that you had where you put the red onto this one and the red onto this one. They are patterns that connect. And your intuition and creativity was a stronger way to get there than through your mind or through strategy. And it is laying off, just being easy with yourself. But I hate that. Sorry. It drives me nuts when people are like, oh, just be gentle. So, okay, I won't punch them. I will not. But you go into that in a way of it doesn't have to be easy on yourself. You can fight through a bit. Get with that throat, pull it back. What's going on there? And the throat directly with creativity relates to the heart. It just does. So if you've had some heart pain, you've had some throat grossies, it's no surprise. It's the energy, especially if it's just coming and then it goes away and then it comes in. Um, that is what we're doing. So that is the way through. It's to take the mess, make it into something, I'm going to use the word awkwardly beautiful or irreverently beautiful that might only be beautiful to you, but I swear once people see it, they'll be like, wow, that was like magic, how everything fell into place when you did that other thing to it. It just all made sense. So see it from another perspective. I think you've got all of the tools here. I've said it. You can rewatch this too. Let's see if there's anything else in this message. And the words are, you're wondering how it's all going to come together. And I hear you. It's been a long haul for some of us, a lifetime of this. And I see that wanting and the desire, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean like, oh, stop. There's no spiritual stuff here with me. It's really about being in our greatest humanness, in our quantum humanness. That's my work. And that when the inward comes out, like I said, we will write the world. It will write itself. Equality will be what will come first, to be honest. When we come outside of ourselves, equality becomes natural. So this, it says, if you can set the wanting down as though it's a sword that you've been fighting this with and step back and you'll see the sword kind of like, for me, it might be like a bag of salty potato chips. Like, I just have to eat those because they're sitting right there. They're looking at me. They're lonely. They want to be inside of my belly. But you look at the sword and you might have yearning. You might face a little bit of addiction about something that you want to just give to yourself instead of waiting through that process of feeling the discomfort in it, and why do I want to hold that sword up? Do I have anything to protect right now? Am I okay? Am I safe? I don't feel safe. Why am I not safe? Okay, I don't know why. I just go through the process. It's somatic work, really. Sense through, just like you're sensing through with a creativity. You're not using a strategy or your mind. And it will allow you to relax your shoulders and back off a bit and just let it be for now. And then the next day, it feels like you'll see that sword and think, I don't even know why I was carrying that sword so long. Going to be a quick adjustment for most of us. Some of us, we're a little fierce. I don't know who I'd be talking about right now. We might pick up the sword the next day and think, I don't know, that sounds like fun. Let's carry it another day. That could be cool. But for many of us, it feels like once we make that decision to set it down, we'll let it be and all will be well. And that is, it's a bit of surrender. It's a bit of forgiveness over the process of not knowing. And that's part of what got us into this mess in the first place is we were told and taught we always had to know. And again, in my book, I say much of the world went ill-governed on that very premise, or I say string of words because I say, we want desperately to be right. And that is not how humanity works. We know, but when we act on that knowing, it is rock solid. Nobody can overturn it because we know undeniably it's true for us. And we don't have anything to prove or push at. And that's what we're getting to with the sword. I may be the teacher of some of these, but I still got to struggle quite hard with them so that I would learn how to do it to bring it to you. Oh, so that's the beauty of the sword is we will realize we have nothing to protect because we know, and we have nothing to prove because we know inside, and there is nothing more powerful than that. All right, I'll leave you here. I think I need to say this. I think that we need to start saying in the name of the mother, the daughter, and the human spirit. That will be our closing for today. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, follow, or subscribe, or do all the things. And follow me here because I will be sharing more readings and more information about how we leave this silent system that is highly broken, that we can feel, but seems hard to articulate and pinpoint. But we see it all over our world today. In politics, it's unavoidable. So hang around here and we'll take it much further. Thanks for tuning in.